Season greetings to all of you. Today we are going to solve the 14th problem in case of internal reconstruction. Given below is a balance sheet of Bharat Gold Mines Limited KGF as on 31/3/18. We have 10,000 8% preference shares of rupees 100 each, 1 lakh. 10,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, 1 lakh. Then creditors BOD. Asset side we have goodwill, building, plant, data, stock, prelim expenses, PL account and cash. The following scheme of reconstruction was adopted. 10% preference shares were to be reduced to an equal number of fully paid shares of rupees 8 each. 10 rupee equity share were to be reduced to an equal number of fully paid shares of rupees 5 each. Creditors agreed to forego rupees 16,000. The amount available was to be utilized to the nominal assets and the balance, if any, to be written off from goodwill. Prepare journal entry and pass journal entry and prepare the reconstructed balance sheet. Given below is a balance sheet of Bharat Gold Mines Limited KGF as on 31/3/18. We have 10,000 8% preference shares of rupees 10 each, 1 lakh. The face value of the preference share is rupees 10 each. 10,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, 1 lakh. So the face value of the equity share is rupees 10. Then we have creditors followed by BOD. Asset side we have goodwill, building, plant, data, stock. Prelim expenses and PL account needs to be written off. The purpose of internal reconstruction is to write off the losses and expenses in the balance sheet, appearing in the balance sheet. So puna nirmana mado uddesha prelim expenses matte PL account anu ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಪುನಃ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡೋ. So these two has to be written off. These two are called nominal assets. So it has to be written off. Now the following is a scheme of reconstruction was adopted. 10% preference shares to be reduced to an equal, it's not 10%, it's 8% preference shares were to be reduced to an equal number of fully paid shares of rupees 8 each. That means in the balance sheet we have 8% 10 rupee preference share. 10 rupee preference share is reduced to 8. Then capital reduction is rupees 2. Next, 10 rupee equity share were to be reduced to an equal number of fully paid shares of rupees 5 each. So 10 rupee equity share is reduced to 5. That means capital reduction is 5. So 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇರೋ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಅನ್ನು 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿಗೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್. Next we have creditors agreed to forego 16,000. 16,000 ಸಾಲಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So they reduce the creditor amount by 16,000. So therefore it is capital reduction. The amount available was to be utilized to the nominal assets. Andre nominal asset andre illi preliminary expenses matte PL account annu tegilebeku. We need to remove the PL account and then we need to remove the prelim expenses. Balance if any to be written off from goodwill. Ulike yenadru idre adannu goodwill depreciation written off agi pariganisabeku. Balance if any if left over in capital reduction to be used to write off goodwill. Pass journal entry and prepare the reconstructed balance sheet. So we have old equity share capital account debit 1 lakh to new equity share capital 10,000 into 5, 50,000. Capital reduction will be 10,000 into 5, 50,000. Old preference share capital account debit 1 lakh to new preference share capital account 10,000 into 8 we get 80,000. To capital reduction is 2 rupee, 10,000 into 2 we get 20,000. Creditors agreed to forego their claim to the extent of 16,000. 16,000 ಹಣವನ್ನು ಸಾಲವನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So creditors account debit to capital reserve 16,000. Next, capital reduction account debit 86,000. Total 50,000 plus 20,000 plus 16,000 we get 86,000. This 86,000 we use to write off prelim expenses 6,000. PL account 5,000. Then remaining 75,000 we are using it to write off for goodwill. So the balance sheet of the liability side, we have equity share capital 50,000. Preference share capital we have 80,000. New equity share capital and new preference share capital 50,000 and 80,000. We don't have any non-current liabilities. Creditors 36,000. We are deducted 16,000. Foregone by creditor 20,000. BOD 40,000. Thereby total of the balance sheet is 1,90,000 in the liability side. Now come back to the balance sheet asset side. Building 8,000, plant 10,000, goodwill 2 lakh minus written off 75,000, you get 1,25,000. Then stock, cash, data, no changes, we get 1,90,000. Thank you.